Expressing gratitude can put you into the high altitude. I mean, in your career path, in your success. And in a single word, if I can define gratitude, that is the great attitude. At least one of the great attitude that is called the gratitude. So, what is the importance of expressing gratitude? And you know, simply expressing gratitude can change the mind of the persons you are dealing with. And it never cost you any extra money, extra rupee, extra pound, extra dollar, but it can give you the extra weightage by means of the strong connection in the mind. Yes, it teaches us how to be down to earth. And with the expressions of the humility, people on the other side, they also feel our characters. It expresses the purity in our characters. So gratitude is a very important part. And in our old education system, it was the primary lesson for big morality in the schools. But gone are the days. Right now, people become very much arrogant, and people think that they are getting the great degree in the big organizations and they can manage everything. I have seen many persons who despite having the big degrees from the great institutions, but they failed in the organizations while doing the job because they don't have the attitude. They have in the mentality that I have eaten some butter some days ago, and because of that butter of the certificate, big degree from the big institute, they can do the things. But my dear friend, it is not so much easy. In your professional field, it always takes your attitude, and that attitude is the gratitude. That is the primary step. Of course, you should have the professional skills, you should have the domain knowledge, but beyond that, the attitude of the gratitude can put you in the high altitude. Without gratitude, you cannot survive. And this gratitude also teaches us to admit if I am the wrong. And in that attitude, it prompts us to learn from the mistake what we have done. And it teaches us to become the responsible for any mistake we or our team had done. And with this transparency of the discussion between the team members, it can create the great bonding so that the next time if any team job happens, they become very much cautious and not to do similar kind of the mistake. And in such a way, the success of the steps, success of the project will be automatically guaranteed. So, my dear friend, you can understand the importance of gratitude. For example, I can tell you from my experience in the professional life. I had an experience working in the ore dressing or beneficiation plant initially, and after working there for the 8 years, management selected me for working in the smelters for any project. The first thing, I didn't know about any project kind of the job. And the second thing, the equipment of the smelters were perfectly new for me. It was very difficult to grasp at the first instances. But being very polite persons and to some extent introvert persons, I just that time tried to learn the thing by means of some open discussions with the persons who used to work in the smelter since long time. And in this way, I just used to say thank you to everybody in case I learned in that particular day anything new. And it was very easy for me to conceptualize the functioning of that equipment. Every nitty-gritty in that open discussions I learned and I practiced in the life. And in this way, I found myself after 6 months, I had a grip of all equipment in that smelters. And my boss, who came in the department after me, took the charge of the engineering manager. And just after coming few days, when he talked and observing the competency level in me, he appreciated the way he told that in a very few time I had that much competency level working in the smelters. And it really felt me proud at that time. And I realized and I thank for my attitude of the gratitude for that person. Because had I not been the open-minded, had I not been open for the discussion and the degree, in such case, the persons I used to ask, they wouldn't be so much open. They wouldn't discuss. So I got the advantage of being the practitioner of the gratitude. In this way, it was very much beneficial in my life. And right now, in another organizations, in the another cultures outside India, I practice the same gratitude. I am ready to learn, even from the very lower level, that means helper level of the persons, because I believe that who are working every day, they know much more in the every nitty-gritty. So instead of going much more technical details, it is my practice to talk, to have a communications with the team who are working there. And in this way, I manage to get all the information. So what is the reason behind the failure? Because I practice gratitude. I hope that you people also in some point of your time express your gratitude. And once you practice this gratitude, you can understand the value of it. In the Vaishnavite thinking of earlier India, it was written in Sanskrit, Trinadapi Shunichana Taruropi Shaishnuna. That means the persons who is just as soft as the grasses and who can bear all the hardships, all the hardships like a tree who can bear the big storm, powerful storm, can stand still up to the end of the life. And really, this attitude of the gratitude helped me even to struggle against all odds. So my dear friend, I can tell you from my practice, from my experience in the life, that there are a lot of importance of the practicing the gratitude. And as I told, that gratitude means the great attitude. It can keep us in the high altitude. What do you say? Thank you.